Anthony Slater here with Darnell Mayberry inside the Peak after a 7th straight Thunder win, 4th straight coming out of the All-Star break, all of them really in dominant fashion. Tonight it was a 13-point win over the Pacers, 105-92, that felt almost like 33. Dancing throughout the 4th quarter. I mean, this team is playing as good as we've seen, and Russell Westbrook is probably playing as good as he ever has. Tonight, a triple-double. I believe 20, 10, and 11 in limited minutes. I don't think he played a second in the 4th quarter. It's 3rd triple-double of the season, which ties for the NBA high, and it's the 2nd he's done before the 4th quarter started.
He's playing great basketball right now. It feels like every night we're writing about Russell Westbrook in some form or fashion. I think he belongs in the MVP conversation. You look at what Steph Curry's doing, you look at what James Harden's doing. They're not doing anything that Russell Westbrook is not doing. The only difference is Russell Westbrook missed 14 games because of the hand injury. But when he's been back, this Thunder team has played much better. The record's good with him, and he's carrying them without Kevin Durant.
Who's your favorite? Curry, Harden, Westbrook?
I would go with James Harden at this point. What he's doing, he's leading the league in scoring. His teammates have been injured for much of this season. Dwight Howard's out. Terrence Jones missed most of the season. He's playing with like Jason Terry. You know what I mean? So I just think out of all 3 teams, James Harden has the worst team in terms of talent around him. And he's carrying them right now, and I would go with James Harden. But I think Russell Westbrook has really closed the gap.
They're all in the conversation. I'd probably go with Curry, but we will discuss this more on tomorrow's Thunder Buddies podcast.
Nice plug, Slater.
That was a good plug. But right now, let's stick to what happened tonight.
Son Kevin has been leading us. Kevin's not playing now, but he's still a great leader with our team. And I think our staff has done a good job of putting the guys together on the court early before practice, before shoot-around, staying after, just trying to chip away on what they need to pick up. To be NBA ready, to be Thunder ready. I think they've done a great job. But give our guys credit. Our veteran players really did a good job. It's not as easy as it looks. I know we're going to have some tough games on the road coming up. But for the 3 games that they've been here, I think our guys have done a good job of really putting it all together and making it work on the fly.
Oh man, I'm just blessed, man, and happy to be able to play the game I love every night. And happy we got to win.
What do you think about the depth of this team? The bench steps up again tonight, and it was raining threes for a while there.
Oh, it was great, man. Everybody's playing with great amount of confidence. Man, we're playing together. We're making extra pass, and guys are getting open shots. So it makes it easy on everybody, and I'm just happy to see everybody doing well.
Guys are losing their minds over there on the bench during that flurry of threes. Why do you think everybody is so engaged with what's going on right now?
The spirit. We have great team spirit right now. Our spirit is very high, and everybody wants each individual to do well. And everybody knows what the task at hand is, and we just take it one day at a time.
Westbrook's great, but Serge Ibaka, I mean, since the All-Star break, he's been fantastic. I mean, back to the old Serge and maybe even better.
Yeah, I mean, he's rebounding a lot better. That's kind of always been sort of hit or miss with Serge, but he's really dominating the glass right now, blocking shots, owning the paint is really what he's doing. He's not taking as many threes.
He's still taking. Well, we're going to talk about this on the podcast.
He's still taking some. But he's not taking as many, and I think that sort of helped him a little bit. But he's also making his mid-range shot, which is something that we've been wondering about all season. It hadn't been the same as in years past. He's starting to make that more consistently, and I think that's helping.
Yeah, and everyone else around Serge, around Russell is fitting in. I mean, Enes Kanter, another nice game. DJ Augustine, I believe he had 7 assists off the bench. Is this as good as you've seen this team play? And is this as fun as you've seen this team have? I mean, they're dancing. I mean, Russell Westbrook's bowling. I don't know what Serge Ibaka's doing. It's a smooth little dance, but like I said, is this as good as you've seen him play?
Yeah, it is. I mean, you can tell that there's sort of a different feel with this team right now. And the scary thing is they're still missing 2 starters. Yeah. One of them's named Kevin Durant. Steven Adams is still out with the hand injury. So you imagine when those 2 guys come back in, somebody's going to have to go to the bench, and the bench is going to be even better, which was fantastic tonight. I think they've outscored opponents 137-95 over the last 3 games since they've played and gotten here after that trade. So, this team is really scary. I think this is the deepest team that they've ever had. They're not as talented, I don't think, when you miss guys like James Harden and Reggie Jackson, but just top to bottom, I think this is by far the deepest team they've ever had.
One thing we got to mention, though, since they've gotten these new guys in the trade, they beat a non-playoff Hornets team, a non-playoff Nuggets team, and a non-playoff Pacers team.
Hater.
Hater. Hey, Kevin Durant called him a hater tonight.
Low blow, KD.
And then what do they got? Or they got the Suns coming up and the Blazers coming up the next 2 games on the road, back to back. I think this is going to be a little interesting 2-game stretch.
Yeah, I think they should be able to handle the Suns. They're not as good without Isaiah Thomas and Goran Dragic. They're point guards. Although they got Brandon Knight, and he's a good player.
2 for 1's not a good trade, though.
Yeah, but I don't think they should have as much trouble with it, especially if Westbrook plays like this. He should dominate Brandon Knight. Portland, I think, is going to be the tough game, especially up there.
Second night,
yep.
too. So that'll be interesting. But for the best Thunder coverage team anywhere, stay tuned to newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman and on iTunes Thunder Buddies podcast tomorrow dropping.